Welcome to week two of our 52-week agent coaching series. So if you got this video, you either found us organically on YouTube or you got this text message, leads going cold. Our universal callback script is already built, so you know exactly what to say to every lead. It's proven to boost conversions. Watch how when you click this YouTube video. And also, if you want to meet with me one-on-one, I have my calendar link right here. Or if you want to come to our next mastermind, the link is right here as well. So click on that and go ahead and check any mastermind. So let's dive into it. So first off is our universal callback script. So I'm going to pull it up and open it. So I'm going to download it from this email that I sent out. And it should be in your spam inbox, or if you trust sender, it'll be in your regular inbox. And so how this works is we've got the buyer follow-up call and the seller follow-up call. Now, this works for both buyers and sellers, and it's for any lead source. And so how the really changes are, they're right in here. So hi, is Mr. Smith there? Hi, Mr. Smith. This is Derek Royce with your Home Sold Guarantee Realty. The reason I'm calling is because I received your request for information you wanted, and I've sent that over to you. Is that okay? So instantly, how we break this down is one, you position it as the person there. Yeah, specifically for the person that left the message or clicked on your funnel or anything that you got their number, sign call. Then pronounce yourself as your home sold guarantee realty, your name right here, or whatever brokerage you are, and put it right there. And the reason you're calling is because you received the request. This is the most important part, is the reason I'm calling is because I received your request. So you're positioning it on them. They filled something out. They wanted you to give them something. So you're calling, you're taking your time out of your day because they asked for something, not because you're cold calling, not because of anything else. But you're positioning it as if they requested information and you're sending it to them. So then you say, is that okay? Perfect. You get their permission to talk to them and that you've sent it to them. You want their permission that you've sent over what they've asked for. You're asking for permission. Then instantly, the first question you ask, are you folks planning on making the move in the next 3 to 6 months? Now you're qualifying the seller or the buyer because you don't want to work with anybody that's thinking 2 years from now, uh, a year and a half from now. Oh, I've got a job transfer or my job contract is up, next December. So I got a whole year and a half before I got to move. You don't want to work with those people right now because you're going to waste your time. You're not getting paid for another 12 months. So if they are not ready to move in the next 3 to 6 months, they say no, then we go instantly to our Market Watch script offer, which is down here. Okay, um, would you like to receive my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's happening in the marketplace? So this gives them permission for you to send them a monthly text and email automatically through your CRM to keep in touch with the customers so that you send them the monthly newsletter. So then right there, now if we come over here, um, now if we're working with buyers, the next question is, do you currently rent or do you own your home? The reason why we ask this question next is because if they own a home, this could be a seller lead that just clicked on a buyer ad. So if they're a seller lead, then your job is to, if own, would you prefer to buy before listing your home or do you want to sell first? And the reason why you ask that, because if they are a seller lead, you don't want to waste your time showing them houses and to get them doing that when they're a seller lead. Sellers are gold. You want to go get the listing locked down as soon as possible. And then then you ask, are you planning on staying in the area or moving out of the area? That way, are they, what location? And then if you were to move, when do you think that might be? So you're qualifying their time frame, and then you ask, do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right? The reason why you ask this at this time is so you don't waste your time, but you don't want to ask it up here because then you haven't built that rapport. So 9 times out of 10, let's say they had a realtor, 5 years ago, and they haven't talked to that realtor, but they have the realtor. They just have to go reach out to them and let them know that they're searching again. But if you ask that first question up front, they're going to say, yes, I do. But because we've in the last, 4 questions, we built trust. Then we ask that question. We know we're going to get an honest answer right there. And then for longer term prospects, you always ask, would it be okay if I followed up with you in a later time? So I skipped that up here. So if they said no to making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, then you go down here. Okay, would it be okay to follow up with you in a later time? They're going to say yes. And you say, okay, when do you think a good time for me to call you back would be? And then they say, let's say 6 months, then you put it in the CRM, call them back in 3 months. So you always call back in half the time that they ask for. So then you'd put note, put all your automation, then you've got that lead being nurtured, and then you call them back in 3 months, right? For sellers, basically the same thing. Hi, this is with your home sold guarantee realty. The reason I'm calling is because I received a request for information. Are you planning to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months? If you were to move, would you be staying in the area or out of the area? When do you think that might be? Do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right? Would you prefer to buy before listing your home, or do you want to sell first? And then longer term prospects, is it okay to follow up with you at a later time? Okay, perfect. So we've got the setting. This is all the setup to the conversation and everything else. This is getting them comfortable. Now we go for the appointment booking. So now we have two different types of appointments. So we've got a buy first and a sell first. So if you saw both the type of leads, they had, are you, so for example, if do you rent or do you own your home? If they own their home and they said, I would be buy before listing my home, they are buy first. If they would say they're going to sell first, they are sell first. So you kind of see how that works. So if I put that down there, so buy first, sell first. So that's where the two offers go. And you do that at the end of the offer. Okay, and then awesome. Now we come over here to number 5 is the same question. As you see, it's both of them are the same question, sell first and buy first for seller leads. So then once you get those, now you just go down here. Once you get to the end of this, once you ask, do you have a realtor when the time is right, or would you prefer to buy or listing your home, or do you want to sell first? So then once you know those, you get down to there, then you come down here, buy first. Okay. Would you like me to email you daily updates of homes that match your home buying criteria from all real estate companies? Okay. So to break this down, you're saying all real estate companies. Put that in there because when you say just off-market homes, company-owned properties, distressed sales, they think they're only going to get those. But if you say all real estate companies, our list includes any bank foreclosures, company-owned properties, or other distressed sales. It's a free service, and of course, you're never obligated to buy a home. Would that interest you? So you're giving them all options of all real estate companies, which is the MLS and Zillow and all that, but then all these exclusive bank foreclosures, company owned properties, and other distress sales. You're giving them exclusivity in the callback script. And then you're getting rid of the cost and obligation right here by saying it's a free service and you're never obligated to buy a home. Would that interest you? They're going to say yes. Okay, when can we get together for about 20 minutes so I can take down exactly what you're looking for? Prospect is usually going to say, I can tell you over the phone what I'm looking for. And then you say the following. Well, rather than email you hundreds of homes, which may or may not match your criteria or risk missing out on the perfect one, if we can get together for 20 minutes, I have a form I fill out and I can take down exactly what you're looking for. Now, the reason this form is the MLS plano sheet that has, if you go to MLS and there's every little detail about a house, what we do with our buyers is we actually sit down with them and we fill that out and we fill out our VIP buyer agreement from last video. So we get both of those. And then when I go to MLS and I put in 100 different criteria into MLS, I find probably one or two houses, 1 to 3 houses that match their exact criteria. And the reason why I would do this is because, have you ever had that couple where they just say, wow, this home checks every single box. It checks that box. It checks that box. It's got everything, even the little tile symbol in the bathroom. Everything is perfect. It checks every box. You're an amazing realtor. This is so awesome. I'm going to leave you a 5-star review. Well, what if you could do that with every single customer? And the only secret to doing that is to fill out the entire MLS plano sheet with 100 different fill forms. If you were to do that, you would have 5-star reviews from every buyer. Everybody would be like, this checks every box. Then you as a realtor, you only have to show about 3 homes because there's only about 3 homes that match everybody's criteria once you actually break down exactly what they want. So this saves you the realtor time. This saves them the buyer time. And if you can get them in front and you can do this, you're going to make a boatload of money. So now we come to sell first. Now you say, would you like a free market evaluation to determine what your home would sell for? So you eliminate the cost and obligation as a free market evaluation. Also, I can give you tips on what to do and what not to do to sell your home for the most amount of money. And we can go over various closing costs you would incur so you know exactly what you would have left in your pocket after all expenses. So when you break this down, you eliminate the cost right up here. Then you're giving them tips on what to do and what not to do to sell their home for the most amount of money. And we can break down all the closing costs so you'll incur so you know exactly what you have in your pocket. And then you say it's free of charge and obligates you to nothing. So you remember that. You want to make it free and eliminate obligation. And does that sound helpful? Okay. When's a good time for us to get together? Days or evenings? Okay, awesome. So that is how the universal callback script goes. I put this into this so you can download it so everybody can have a copy of it. And then also, I want to shout out my calendar. So if you want to meet with me one-on-one, we can meet on what it would be like to implement these your home sold guarantee realty systems into your business. They're all done for you. So click on my calendar, pick a time, any of these times, choose your time zone. Everything's right here. And this goes instantly to my phone and calendar. And then this one, if you want to see us in person, we're traveling the country at the moment. So you click on this link, come over here, see any of these different locations. You're free to travel to any different state, different area. I'm in Tempe, Arizona. So if you want to come to the Tempe, Arizona one, I will be there. And so you just fill out this and then you're all set. So thanks for second week two. And then week three, if we look at what's next to come, would be Facebook and Google ads. So that is coming next week so that you don't have to rely on Zillow leads anymore. Thanks everybody and look forward to seeing you guys next week.